Good afternoon and welcome to HTV News. I'm Justin White.
And I'm Brianna Santiago. Today's top story, Huntington University has officially announced the Vice President of Academic Affairs. Dr. Michael Wanis will join HU's administration on June 7th as Dean of Faculty. Dr. Wanis comes from Augustana College in South Dakota, where he was for 17 years. He served as chair of the Natural Science Division and Biology Department, and then in 2010 was promoted to Associate Academic Dean. He earned his PhD in genetics from the University of Missouri. Dr. Umberton says she's excited about what the role Dr. Wanis will play at HU.
Dr. Wanis, he really came and he complemented who we are. His background in science complemented what we want to do in the future.
Wanis succeeds Dr. Dowdy, who will take the role of Associate Dean and Chair of the English Department while teaching. Dr. Umberton told HTV the offer for Vice President of Finance has been accepted. The candidate cannot be announced because of his or her current position. It will be released in a few weeks, and we will keep you updated.
We've reported about Huntington's rising meth problems before, but last week the city police and county sheriff's offices joined forces to tackle one of the biggest drug raids Huntington has ever seen. HTV's Brooks Hooley talks about the team known as Operation Breakfast Club.
Last year, the Huntington County Sheriff's Department and Huntington City Police Department formed the task force Operation Breakfast Club. The team was made up of detectives from both departments, and the goal is to take down the network of drug dealers in the city and county.
They've been working on that for quite a long time. They've been building information, sitting on houses.
Their efforts finally came to fruition early in the morning on April 8th. Officers from both departments arrested 28 of the 31 suspected dealers at several locations throughout the county. Due to time constraints, neither Sheriff Terry Stoffel or Chief of Police E.J. Carroll were able to meet with me, but Chief Deputy Chris Newton of the Huntington County Sheriff's Department spoke to me about the timeline of events.
Right around 4:15. I mean, we all set out as soon as we got our assignments and our packets of people who we were supposed to be going after. We went right then.
Now that most of the suspects are in custody, they will be held here in the Huntington County Jail until all their trial dates are set. But the job is not yet finished. The operation will now turn their attention to the last suspect on the loose.
They knew where they were supposed to be, they just didn't find him there.
Newton is referring to 21-year-old Bradley Neiman. Neiman is a former Huntington North High School student and is known by a couple of university students. I caught up with Huntington senior Sean Marion, who played football with Neiman in his high school days.
I was surprised. I really was, just from talking to him at school and practice, seeing really just his work ethic in football and everything.
Deputy Newton attributes people like Neiman getting involved with drugs to a number of things.
I don't think anybody goes into taking drugs thinking they want to be an addict. But I think for some people there's injuries that happen and they get used to the drug, feeling better, and it becomes a habit.
For the time being, the search will continue for Bradley Neiman, but both the Huntington County Sheriff's Department and Huntington Police Department have put a significant dent in the drug community in Huntington County. Reporting in Huntington, Brooks Hooley, HTV News.
This week's snow and cold proved to be a battle for the baseball and softball teams. Due to rain, snow, and even cold temperatures, 10 games have been canceled for the softball team alone, 6 of those being conference matchups. 6 games have been canceled for the baseball team. The teams have just 2 months to squeeze in nearly 50 games. With the weather this year being so sporadic, most games will not be rescheduled.
I remember last season we had rain, but it was like all at the beginning, so we had rain out after rain out after rain out. So that was like we were just stuck inside. But this year it seems like the weather issues, obviously there have been issues, we kind of expect it, but they've been a little more spread out. So every week we've gotten at least a couple games in, and it definitely helped that we had spring break down in Arizona. It was sunny every day. We wish we could have brought it back.
Although the weather has created some frustration, both teams are excited about the remainder of the season. Conference tournaments begin in early May.
This past weekend, almost 130 students put the clean in spring cleaning. This year's cinema-themed event, students went to 15 different businesses, parks, and churches to serve. Work sites included Helping Paws, Life Church, and Salamone Reservoir. Students were sent out with their floors for nearly 3 hours to help out. They did things like landscaping, cleaning, and some painting. Friesen Center members say the event ran very smoothly.
Our goal was to fill as many needs as we could throughout the community. We had a lot of requests and we managed to space out the volunteers enough to fill a lot of those requests. We got a lot of great feedback from all the sites saying that the students worked really hard, and it has a big impact on the community because there's so many organizations that need help that it just puts them that much further ahead of where they were.
Students who participated were given a free t-shirt, and if they wore that shirt to the Huntington 7 Theater's midnight showing of Captain America, SAB paid the bill.
The 4-day event-filled weekend of Olympiad has been around campus for years, but HTV has discovered, despite reports that leaders don't know exactly how long. Students have never questioned how long the campus tradition is because of the anniversary years on the t-shirts. Admission counselor Suzanne Watson says that years ago, SAB members thought it would be a good idea to have shirts with numbers, so they picked a design with Roman numerals that looked cool. Watson, who was on SAB at the time, said they weren't that far off of the year Olympiad started, but it isn't exactly spot on.
One of the staff members on SAB came up with a really awesome t-shirt design, and we decided to put the Roman numerals 17 on it. I'm not sure if that was actually how long Olympiad has been around, but I know that we ended up making the decision because it looked great on the t-shirt.
After researching the topic more, HU administration believes Olympiad started around 1993 or 1994.
Well, Bree, let's take a look at the weather for your Easter weekend. You
There we
excited?
go.
You
Yeah,
excited?
no classes. Who isn't excited?
Well, let's take a look. On Friday, it's going to be raining with a high of 61 and a low of 34. Saturday, it looks to be a little cloudy with a high of 63 and a low of 38. As well as Sunday, it's going to be cloudy again with a high of 68 and a low of 49. And that is your weather for this Easter
Beautiful
weekend.
weekend. Beautiful weekend. Warm
Totally
temperatures.
beautiful.
Well, it looks like that's all we have for you in this installment of HTV. Make sure to check out our website, htvnews.net, and follow us on Twitter at HTV News.
As always, thank you for watching HTV News, your source for all your campus and local headlines. Have a great Easter break.